So guys, in front of me is the Nasdaq 100 futures chart, and as you can see today on Monday, we've had a bounce here, currently trading at 11,192. I wouldn't really look too much into it though. It's, we've bounced on nothing really. There's no real fundamentals out there which indicate as to why we should be surging. It's just a continuation of this one day trading in the red, next day trading in the green. And also, I think it's just simply down to the fact that, last week we sold off a lot. We're now more than 10% off the all-time highs, which we hit a couple of months ago, about a month and a half to 2 months ago. So, we've had a pretty steep correction here in the past, like 2 to 3 weeks, as you can see here, a lot of days in the red. So I think that this is just a case of, traders taking the weekend out and looking at the markets and thinking, maybe we did overdo it a little bit last week and have come back to buy it. And as well as that, we have just started a new month, so November. So, a lot of traders would have probably closed off some trades going into the end of October to rebalance their portfolios, and now they've just placed their new trades for the start of November. So it's interesting to see that we have bounced. One thing that I would highlight is that typically from a seasonal perspective, November is a very good month for stocks, as well as December and especially January. So we're entering into a very bullish period of the year now for the stock market. So this is very encouraging. And as well as that, in October is known as the month where the stock market typically bottoms. So that's very interesting to know, because if that was the case and we that 11,000 area was the bottom here in the Nasdaq 100, well, that would be very encouraging for the bulls here, as it would most probably indicate us returning back to all-time highs. As well as that, I just want to point out that historically stock markets perform very well after a US election, no matter who wins. Everyone said back in 2016 that if Donald Trump won, the stock market would plummet 10% overnight. And what happened? Well, it was actually the other way around. We didn't see a gain of 10% overnight, but we did see a nice 6-month stock market rally after Donald Trump was elected president, due to the fact he promised creating jobs, he promised creating infrastructure, and that's typically what presidents do, right? If you win an election and you have your speech, you're just going to try and sell yourself to the people of that country and promise them very good things. So I am very excited for this week. It's going to be very interesting to see how the US election plays out. It's going to be slightly different this year. The counting of the voting takes a little longer due to COVID. So tomorrow, 10 p.m. UK time, which would be roughly 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern time in America, that's when the deadlock is for the votes, and that's when the counting will then commence. And it could take a couple of days. So we could have the answer come, Wednesday morning, Thursday, or Friday. So it's really all up in the air. But it'll be very interesting to see, because obviously it'll be done on a state-to-state basis. So it'll be good to see whether the states such as Texas and Florida, whether Trump can still hold them, because those states were his stronghold back in 2016. But in terms of a technical perspective, we're still trading below that 50-day EMA, so I'd like to see a rise and a daily close back above the 50-day EMA, which is that red line on your screens. And as well as that, we are trading, we've kind of broken this uptrend. I think the only thing that was supporting the markets right now is this. We had, we did find some support here about a month back. And I think that it's acting as support now. But if we break above that, then it's very likely we go down towards a 200-day EMA, which is down around that 10,250 to 10,300 area. This is an area which I do believe the markets will support. I don't really see us breaking below the 200-day EMA, because if we did, that would be very bad news, and we would probably return back down towards, we would aim towards the March lows. But, I don't really see this happening. I see buyers stepping in and supporting these two areas. So it'll be interesting to see whether we can get a daily close back above the 50-day EMA, because I'm bullish over time. The medium to longer term, I'm extremely bullish on these tech stocks. I think they've done very well to adapt their business models to this pandemic. So I'm a buyer, no interest in selling. I think before the end of the year, we will be back at all-time highs.